Hello, today is October 7th, 2019, Math 1, and we're talking about modeling math models life in standard form. So how do we use a standard equation and use it to model real life situations? Standard equation is what we worked with on Friday. What is the learning goal? I feel like calling on Gavin Wamsley.
I can create and use linear equations and graphs to model real life situations.
Now I'm calling on Taryn.
I need predictions for helping me understand the world around me.
Predictions about what's going on. Yes. In the last lesson, you learned how to graph lines using standard form. That was mini-me breaking into two equations, solve each one, graph those intercepts. Today, you're going to learn how real-world scenarios can be modeled using standard form. That equation can be used to model real-life stuff. And here's an example. If you go to a store and apples cost $3 per pound and bananas cost $5 per pound and you only have $15, we can build an equation that will model that. And if we graphed it, it would then give us all the possible answers to it. So let's do one. We're going to start with this. Apples and bananas. Some bananas, right? Yeah. All right. If an apple costs $1, how much would one apple cost? Or can you do 1 times 1? How much would 2 apples cost? Go. 2 times 1. Say that. 2 times 1. How much would 3 apples cost?
3 times 1.
Good. How much would 4 apples cost?
4 times 1.
How much would A apples cost?
8 times 1.
Look, you went from just life into a little equation or a little expression. A times 1. Let's do it with bananas. Ready? 1 banana costs $2. So ready? 1 times 2. 2 bananas?
2 times 2.
3 bananas?
3 times 2.
4 bananas?
4 times 2.
B bananas? Or 2B? Okay. So what are we seeing here? How do we turn a real life thing into a little expression? Well, in your notes, we're going to turn that entire thing into an equation. Bananas cost, now apples are $1. In your notes, apples are $1. Bananas are $2. Those are expensive bananas. They're organic and they're really, really yummy. And they come with a monkey that peels it for you.
Oh, that would be
so worth it.
Yeah.
And they're bonus.
And then as soon as, because you don't want too many monkeys, and then as soon as he peels it, he runs away. So he's just good enough for that one banana.
Back to the store.
He goes back to the store and he just waits there for the next person.
I'd save the banana until I want him to go away.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you keep him as a pet?
Yeah.
What if it rots?
But then the banana rots.
Yeah, and then he'd still then he wouldn't be able to peel it.
Now, you have $20. And you have to spend all of this 20. There's no way around it. You're spending all 20. Later on, we'll turn these into inequalities where you can spend less than $20, but today you're spending all $20. So how many possible ways could you do this? Actually, just give me some options here. What's one? Don't build me the equation. If this is a real life thing, we go to the store, these are the prices, you have $20. How many bananas can you get? How many apples can you get? Are there different ways of doing this?
Yeah.
All right, Chris, I'm going to make a T table here. We'll go with apples, which are going to be X's. Right. Give me a way. What could happen here, Chris?
4 apples.
It says 4 apples and how many bananas? Does that equal 20? It does. That's one way. Jackson.
5 bananas and 10 apples.
5 bananas. So that's $10 and 10 apples. That's 20. What's another way, Greenland?
Oh wait, so just 10 or 20 apples.
20 apples. And how many bananas?
0.
That's an intercept right there. JJ?
4 bananas and 4 apples.
4 bananas. I think that's only $12.
No. And 12 apples.
12 apples, 4 bananas,
Yeah.
8 and last one.
Just 10.
10 bananas.
Wait, but that doesn't. Yeah. Oh wait, I thought it says apples.
Now, lots of different ways. Can you see though that we could guess and check it like you guys just did? But what we're going to do is we're going to convert this into an equation, and we're going to graph the equation, and we'll see all of these guys pop up in the graph. So here's my equation. 1 times A plus 2 times B equals 20. And each of these numbers means something. Actually, each chunk in this, each expression. What does this mean? Chris?
1 equals $1 and A equals $2.
Okay, and together, what does this give me? 1 times A.
The amount of apples that you got there, how much it costs?
It's the cost of all the apples, right? And what is this then, Chris? The cost of all the bananas. Not the cost of one banana, the cost of all the bananas I buy. And what's this? The total cost of the apples and bananas. We're going to graph this using using standard form. So let's call this, these are x's and those are y's. Intercepts. Boom. What is A?
20.
20. A is 20. And I said apples down here. A is 20. Right about there.
So it's 1,
Right? That means I can spend all my money on apples. I can get 20 apples. How many B's? Let's go to the other intercept. What I'm doing is mini-me right now. I'm just not writing it twice. I'm mini-meing it by covering it up. 10 bananas. I can get 10 bananas. And I can get a bunch of options in between. Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2 to 8, 2 to 10, 2 to 12, 14, 16, 18. All those points represent all the possible things that could happen. 0, 10. How about, did anybody do 2, 9? But does 2, 9 work?
Wait.
Yep, 2, 9. How about 4, 8? Was 4, 8 up there?
Yeah.
Yep, 4, 8 was there. How about 6, 7? Was 6, 7? No, but it works. How about 8, 6? Was that there? Nope. How about 10, 5? 10, 5 was up there. These are all the possibilities. We modeled it, we graphed it. Is this a possibility right here?
No.
Why not?
Because you can't get half of the. Well, you.
Let's say
can't
no.
buy-
Let's say that there's a sign there that says you can't buy half of a banana. So no. These points actually don't, that line doesn't exist. That's what you're looking at. Those are the possible solutions. But then the grocery guy comes out and he's got a new sign and it says, yes, now you can buy half a banana if you want to. And in addition to that, you get half a monkey.
What?
Oh, which half? Yes. So let's ignore the monkey. So how would that change our graph?
Be in a line.
Well, no.
You do it.
Now what it's doing, so let's say you can buy half a banana and half an apple. Well, now I have points right there. Grocer comes out, he changes the sign. Now you can buy a fourth. How does that change it? It adds more points.
Banana.
Now he comes up with a sign, and he says, hey, 1/8, or 1/100th, or 1, I guess.
10,000.
You can cut this into infinitely tiny pieces if you want to. At that point, the line would become solid. If I can go with like a 0.0001 of an apple, I would be able to get 9.99999 bananas. Okay. Bottom line, I need you to recognize these lines probably are not solid most of the time. Good. Any questions? You guys are doing great. Enjoy teaching you. Nico, you're awesome. You're just fine. Thank you for coming to school today. Aaron 5 over there. Boom. Lizette, hello. Micah, what kind of earrings do you have on today? Okay. What? Do you have ice cream ones? Okay, ice cream are good. With that said, since everyone feels valuable and important in the class right now, let's get out whiteboards and markers. Hopefully everyone feels valuable and important. I don't know. Except for Gavin. Trent feels valuable and important.
Yes.
Always. Valuable and important?
Yes, but very tired.
It's all right. You ready?
Marker.
Hey, tell Lily to watch this one. Woo! It's about, how far into this am I?
I don't know.
It's about, we're 12 minutes in. What grade is she in? Fourth? All right.
Huh?
Model this. Model it. I will not read it to you. No, all you're doing is creating the equation. I'm looking for this right here. You can model it with an equation. Perfect, you modeled it. You could graph that, and then you could have all the possible answers. We're not going to graph it that way. Coming over here. Good. Good. I gave you a good.
Bars.
Next one. Yeah. No P.
Wait.
Yeah. E. That's perfect. So, can I have your things out? You guys happy with that? Now, what do the numbers mean? What does 8b indicate?
X. Oh.
What does the 8b mean in context, in real life? What does this mean? 8b, what does that mean, Gavin?
$8 times the number of books that you buy.
Okay, that's what the 8 is $8 times the number of books. What does 8b, Nico, what does 8b represent?
The amount of books.
That's not.
Or the cost of all the books.
That's the cost of all the books. What does the 3p represent, Jackson? The cost of all the pens. And what does the 24 represent, Miranda? Yeah, the total cost that you spent on pens and books. Good. Next one. It's just the way we mathematically, it's the way it's done. Okay. Oops, got it. Don't erase it. Yours might be the one I bring up. Yours is it. Yes, really. Check it out. Fisher, what does the 4C represent?
The cost of all the cups.
The cost of all the cups I buy. Maddie, what's the 6B represent?
That's the cost of the
Cost of the bowls. Bradley, the 48, what does the 48 represent? The total amount that I spent on cups and bowls. So you know, the boards that are the tidiest and the most awesome get to be shown to the world.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Bless you.
Ooh, a little bit different, a little bit different. A little bit different.
I got it.
Good. Good. Wait, I got it right. You did. You've got too many X's. You need a Y somewhere. An R somewhere. Good. 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 What is that letter? Where did the D come from? Where the S comes from?
I saw the dollars and I think I put D for that.
You got too many. You got M twice and C twice.
That was that way there.
Good. Take this one.
See, that would have been a smart.
What does, I'm going to call on people. Ready? You ready for it? You got this. Presley, what does the C represent?
It's how many cups of coffee you
It's the number of cups of coffee. What does the X represent? I don't know. You guys, I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The amount.
C represent the, what does the X represent?
The amount of money.
The amount of money. It doesn't. What does the X represent? Lizette, what's the X represent? What is it? What sold for? This is the price of coffee. C is the number of cups of coffee. Right here, that dynamic right there, guys. Yeah? Bring it back into me. Acknowledge me with some kind of a nod. Good, thank you. C, number of cups of coffee. X, price of the cup of coffee. So what does CX represent?
The total.
Jackson?
What?
Jackson.
Oh, the total cost of cups of coffee.
Not the cost.
Wait. No.
The, what is it? Well, let's go. Gavin. What is it? How much money came in, how much revenue came in from the coffee? Okay, what does M represent? Taryn, what's M represent? It's not. The M doesn't represent the revenue from muffins. What is the M what do you think, Nico? M.
It's
What does the M represent?
the muffins.
What do you mean, the muffins?
So like amount of muffins you sold.
Okay, the number of muffins I sold. What does the Y represent? Greenlee. The price of each muffin. What does MY represent? Presley, what does MY represent?
How much you made selling the muffins?
How much revenue came in from the muffins? And then what does the R represent? The R represents, Gavin?
Revenue.
The total revenue from what?
For selling the coffee muffins.
Coffee and muffins. For you. Ooh. Pancakes. That's right. You can take the attendance ball. thing.
So it would be at least.
So everything today is an equation. Don't worry about inequalities. 200x.
200x.
Oh.
All right. Let's dissect this. JJ,
Alright.
what does the 200 represent?
It represents like the amount or the total cost of adult tickets. It's the cost of all the adults tickets.
Just the 200.
Oh, just the two.
What is
oh,
the
it's
200?
not the adults. Okay.
Good. What does the X represent?
The cost per ticket.
The cost of an adult ticket. And so what does the 200X represent?
The cost of adult tickets altogether.
Okay, it's the revenue coming in from the adult tickets. Right. The 250, Taryn, what's the 250 represent? Number of children tickets. Chris, what's the Y represent?
The amount of, or how much the children.
How much the children's tickets cost. Bradley, how about the 250Y?
The total direct money they estimate to get from selling tickets for kids, okay?
Okay, that's the total value of all those kid tickets. And then what's the 3,800 represent? The total? The total amount of? The total amount of ticket money. We're trying to bring in $3,800 of ticket money. If you solve this, you'd find out those tickets are super expensive. It's a ripoff. Don't go to this thing. Hey, whose is this? See how beautiful this is? Yeah, this is what you're trying to get to, man. Chris, not too bad. Next one. But now it's donuts. I'm selling donuts now. I'm not selling muffins. I'm selling donuts. It's the same thing.
Wow,
Yes.
you must really love
You're
the
gonna see a
variety.
bunch of life is just a repeat of things you've already done.
It's not.
It is just like
There's-
the foods, they're the exact same thing, just differently.
It's, yeah, right. I'm not trying to trick you. But life is like that. So much of it's like, it's just the same stuff, just slight variations on it. That's why you go find things that are not boring and repetitive and find enjoyment there.
I'm not bored.
You know what?
You
No.
find a sport.
I'm taking Chris's. Come on.
They really are favorite.
You actually don't. CX do that. I think you might have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Trent. What does the C represent?
The cost of each donut. Wait, coffee per cup.
The cost of coffee per cup. Let's see. That's what C is? Ah, no. No, thank you. What does C represent?
The cups of coffee.
The number of cups of coffee. What does the X represent?
Dollars per cup.
Dollars per cup. And what does CX represent?
The total amount you made for coffee.
Good. That's the revenue from coffee. What's this then? This whole thing right there. Nico.
The cost of the donut.
That's not the cost. Maybe. What do you mean by that?
The amount of money you made from the donuts.
Good. This is the revenue from donuts. And then what does the R represent? The R. Greenlee, what's the R represent?
The R represents the total of cups and donuts.
Total, like a weight or Total what?
The total price of cups and donuts.
Total revenue. Total revenue. And who did this one? Who did this one? Chris.
You're going to say it.
And you got a clip.
What's the clock?
Chris clip.
That you are dumb.
Okay, have it first.
Recognize most of these would be better as inequalities, but today we're just doing equations, not inequalities. People, suitcases, 1,200. But is it beautiful enough to be up here?
No.
Other years, people would draw little pictures on their boards too to make them more beautiful.
Pictures are distracting.
But you don't have to.
You're too lame.
Is that right?
I'm not even looking now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
CPS.
You should take mine.
Maybe that might. Oh, that's pretty good. I haven't decided yet.
Mine also has a
Your mom?
That's
Your
that's
mom.
not fun.
Mine also has smiley face, guys.
Is that from your full name Dynamite or something? Or what's that?
I've seen the board.
You got the height for it?
I got the hair yet.
That might be something to aspire to.
Hi, Mom.
Mr. Barr, do you want mine?
Mr. Barre.
Oh no, I think this one.
Like the cost of the cost of it, I think the whole thing would be like.
Oh, it's a smiley face. Okay, that was a boat.
What?
But
It was a boat.
I'm just sick. All right, sick. It's a boat.
Oh.
What's going on now? Actually, I used the wrong color. It should have been brown, but
Crying blood?
no, they're like getting seasick over the side. Yeah, it's a little bit gross. Red wasn't the right color. Okay,
Yeah. Why would they do
so JJ, what's the 150?
It's how many pounds, like it's the average weight of a person.
Okay, and what's the 35?
It's the average weight of a suitcase.
Good. What does the P represent, Nico? The P?
The P is the average person.
No, P is not the average person. 150.
Well, no, it's the yes, the person.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's the person.
It's,
So our equations can only handle numbers. We can't put an actual person into this equation. What, Gavin? What's the P represent?
The number of people.
Number of people. Coming back to you. What's 35?
the
It should be right in front of you too.
yeah, it's
No, like on this right here.
the average suitcase weight,
Average weight of a suitcase. What's the S represent?
the number of suitcases.
Number of suitcases. And what's that 1,200 represent? Lizeth.
Bless you.
What is it?
God bless.
The total weight of people and luggage on the aircraft. And we are done. Please erase your boards, return them to the board area. It's on the homework. Thank you, Gavin.
Green Lake.
I just finished my picture, Mr. Barre.
That looks, look at that. That's a nice book. I'll show that to the world. Whatever.
It's a bow.
It's a boat. It's a boat. It's a boat. And a funny looking person. Hi. Where's my person? There he is. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Wait, can I do
Like
the
and
outro?
subscribe.
Wait, can I do the
Oh.
outro? Mr. Barr.
What are you doing?
Can you?
Sure.
Are you okay?
Wait.
Who's gonna do it?
Ate it.
Oh, ready? This is Thailand.
Wait, ate it. Because I don't know what you want me to do.
Balance it on your chin.
I can't do it. I can do the roller.
I don't know who Joe is.
Joe Mama.
Wait, how can you?
Oh, dude. What is this? Like 3 years ago with the dapping thing?
It came back.
It came back.
I'm bringing it
Man,
back.
are we gonna bring back bottle flipping too?
Oh, I dabble.
Yeah.
Who's gonna want?
Maybe.
I know Chris does. Chris, you have a water bottle? Sure,
Bring
water
a-
We're not water bottle flipping right now.
Damn.
I did that back like in
Oh, yeah, they just told me
2015.
about that.
Yeah, 2016,
Make sure
2017.
to like
Dead.
and
Fidget spinners.
Oh my
I have,
god.
some, I have some of those in my little prize drawer. I think I might
because you took
Get
them
to earn
away
it.
from people. Did you take them away?
with the money in the economy.
Are we
How
actually?
much is it?
Make me
Go look in the drawer.
Are we allowed to
No,
use them
what?
in this class?
Dude, finish this off. They're getting sick of watching this.
Like and subscribe. And
Comment down below.
And bring me a burrito.
I had to
Yeah.
Joe Mama.
Ow.